Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cross Currents. We are happy to announce that we are now into our third year of bringing you only the finest in social and political satire. And now, in keeping with that tradition, please welcome our resident whimsomusicologist, Mr. Lance Brown.
All right, now what we're going to do first tonight is we're going to do a little bit of local whimsomusicology. Now that Harold is mayor, now that Harold is mayor, now that Harold is mayor, things will be different. It's a sing-along, and your part's going to be a Now That Harold is Mayor part. You'll know where to sing, right? And for those of you who are not thinking that you're going to have to sing, bear in mind that I will personally see to it that each and every one of you has to go and see Porky's 3D when it comes out if you don't sing. Oh, you won't have to rob, you'll get a job now that Harold is mayor. Very good. He'll find you some work as a big city clerk now that Harold is mayor. The good guys are in, the bad guys are out. It's easy to see who's got the clout. Byrne will cry and Epton will pout now that Harold is mayor. But life is not all peaches and cream now that Harold is mayor. You know the machine can get pretty mean now that Harold is mayor. 'Cause whether you're wrong or whether you're right, the issues in town are all black and white, and the council will fight both day and night now that Harold is mayor. You know there's many a confused alderman. What, you forgot the words? He uses words they don't understand now that Harold is mayor. He always speaks in eloquent prose using words that nobody knows. Whatever happened to these dems and does? Now that Harold is mayor, Chicago Fest will bite the dust. Now that Harold is mayor, the limousine will start to rust. Now that Harold is mayor, and as your taxes hit the sky, city streets will be smooth and dry. Right. And elephants will learn to fly now that Harold is mayor. So you see, it's all a state of mind now that Harold is mayor. Leave all those negative thoughts behind now that Harold is mayor. You'll have lots of money and time to spend it, and every landlord will love every tenant. And the Cubs are gonna win the pennant now that Harold is mayor. Making fun of Mayor Washington, you know. That just kind of goes to show you we've come a long way in the old civil rights game, huh? See, because, you know, of all the American presidents that could have been forced to make Martin Luther King's birthday a national holiday, I'll bet Ronald Reagan's glad it was him. See, there are those that have a little bit of nervousness about the old status quo changing, you know. They're afraid that if things change too significantly, life just is not going to be as much fun as it used to be anymore. But I say unto them, have faith in genetics. As a nation, we have found we need someone to kick around, and every group, one by one, has paid their dues on the bottom rung. Civil rights has spoiled our fun. We can't make fun of anyone. Now that genetics is all the rage in this scientific age, a brand new race we will create so we can all discriminate. Human parts are interchanged when chromosomes are rearranged. Oh, give them two noses, make them green. Oh, so easy to be seen. And with a name that sounds just right, we'll call them all the Nerdamites. lots of fun when we play with the nerdy's DNA. Let's manipulate genetics, producing morons. How pathetic. No sex organs, it's agreed. Lord knows we won't let them breed. We don't want them good at sports, make them clumsy, weak and short, with hairy hides that shed each year and nothing twixt their flappy ears. The church says they are incomplete. Their only souls are in their feet. Oh, they are really mental giants when compared to fire hydrants. Tested minority, weak and hurt, they only exist to eat all our dirt. That's it. They're dumb, I'll tell you, they're dumb. And when we create this new race, and we keep them in their place, deny them jobs, don't let them rent, we'll clearly set a precedent. Comics entertaining folks by telling dirty, nerdy jokes, and someone will start a secret clan, and they'll call it the New Nuxnan. And when we reinstate the draft, take them first and take them last. Let the bells of freedom ring, we won't pay them anything. Oh, nerdanism is so great. Ridicule, disdain, and hate. Prejudice will reach new heights, looking down on Nerdamites. So prejudice will reach new heights, looking down on Nerdamites. Yeah. Now that I've set the mood for you, I'd like to do a love song. This is a song about a woman that I lost first to another man, and then to a rare but fatal disease called anorexia nervosa reversa. Now, some of the medically oriented people will say, oh no, I think he means bulimia, but it is not bulimia. Bulimia involves these disgusting habits of purging and so forth. There's nothing like that in anorexia nervosa reversa. It's simply a syndrome of seeing oneself as being too thin. So you can see why it's a very rare disease, especially in the United States of America. And by the way, this song seems a lot funnier than it is, but if you listen very closely, you'll find out that it isn't. My lovely girlfriend Sybil loved to snack and nibble. Never would she quibble about her diet. Not one to despise a luscious appetizer. Whenever it was offered, she would try it. With sauces, meats, and pasta, she had come to master the art of eating faster than all the guests. Be it beans and franks or escargot, vintage wine or spaghetti-o, Sybil truly passed the acid test. Her compulsive food obsession was causing deep depression. She went to make confession 3 times a day. Her attempts at getting slender all ended in a bender. The more it brought her down, the more she ate. She found she was expanding beyond all understanding, her appetite demanding that she say she ate it. Her explanations vary on what became of her canary, but her closest friends all say she ate it, yes. While at a gala party, thrown for Vince Lombardi, her appetite was heartier than usual that day. The Italian maitre d' was more obese than she was, and he stole my darling Sybil's heart away. He said, here, my lovely Sybil, this plastic lobster bibble, catch that tiny dribble of butter from your chin. And then he boldly told her that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and gluttony was his very most favorite sin. They were married in Gibraltar They reinforced the altar. And Sybil didn't falter. She felt just like a queen. They honeymooned in gay Paris. The happy bride and maitre d' wanted to sample some of the French cuisine. But after soups and salads and 3 entrees, a cart full of French pastries to eat, they simultaneously died of an acute hypoglycemic reaction coupled with severe cardiovascular stress, gout, kidney stones, and fallen arches. Oh, their life together was short, but it was sweet. And they were smiling. Their life together was short, but it was sweet. Oh, pity the pallbearers. Their life together was short, but it was sweet. Yes. And you see, I wasn't always the emaciated shell you see before you today. I had my run-in with the anorexia. I've been watching this gentleman over here. He's giving me this look like, oh my God, another disillusioned liberal. Yeah, well, you know, I just feel like taking 10 years to get through art school qualifies me to make heavy political statements, okay? Yeah, that's my business. Actually, whimsomusicologists aren't like liberals. You know, liberals take stands, as do conservatives and other fanatics. But whimsomusicologists pursue an ardent course of radical middle-of-the-roadism. That is to say, we want to be on the side that is winning. And this has backfired on us every once in a while, you know, like through history, sometimes this has backfired on us. And the most recent example I can think of are the great whimsomusicological purges of 1917, which were so very thorough that I'm sure this is the first you've heard of them. But the point is to be there at the beginning of these trends, and when they become something really special, you're there to reap all the benefits. So this is a song about something that is now only a trend, but has all the earmarkings of becoming a craze in the near future, and I'm all for it. Executions may not be too popular today, but when someone does something wrong, it's only just to pay. And for those of you who are inclined to engage in ultra-violent crime, you may want to keep in mind what different states do to your kind. Now here's a shocker, yes sirree, the favorite's electricity. 17 states say that's the best. They're mostly south in the Midwest. The East Coast finds no sense in stopping. Electrocution keeps them hopping. And lethal gas is next in line. 11 states say that's just fine. They're mostly out in the West to eliminate the social pest. They've got style, they've got class. Break the pellet, it's a gas. Yes, before they put 'em underground, 4 states lets 'em hang around. And the needle's used in 4 states, so a little prick and away we go. But only Utah's into blood today. Line 'em up, blow 'em away. We call it creative problem solving. Now there are 13 states remaining. They're murder sustaining. They don't have the death penalty. So in the name of fairness, we here and now respond, suggesting ways appropriate to send them to the great beyond. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts could burn them at the stake, considering New Jersey's air their felons they should asphyxiate, or drown them in the lakes of Michigan or Minnesota, trampled by the buffalo in North Dakota. Heads would roll in New York State should they decide to decapitate. Maine and Alaska could with ease simply let their felons freeze. And Wisconsin, with all that cheese, dip them in it, fondue them please. Can you people really take much more of this? In West Virginia, yeehaw. Say, put them in the mines, they'll die the black lung or the croup. And in our way, with corn and hogs, bury them alive in yellow piggy poo. And in the Hawaii Islands, little brown criminals, little criminals, they will boil in big vats of homemade coconut oil. But for those who murder and molest, we have the method that is best. The state of Kansas will not rest until they've passed this lethal test. They sentence them to be bored to death. Thank you. Well, it isn't often that we get an example of whimsomusicology from behind the Iron Curtain, but this particular song is one. You see, with Russia and all, it's a real censorship problem and everything. The best way to get an idea of why we have no Russian whimsomusicology, not many examples of it, is on the May Day parade, when you look at all those tanks going by and those missiles. And then you look up along that wall and you see all those leaders of the Politburo up there. You just can't help saying to yourself, these guys don't seem to be what you'd call party animals. But this piece of whimsomusicology came out of Afghanistan, and it's in keeping with a great whimsomusicological tradition, that of cowardice, in that it was written by a deserter from the Red Army. And as close as we can figure, his name was Country Joseph McDonovich. And he always started the song with this little ritual. Give me an S! S! Give me a T! T! Give me a U! U! Give me another T! T! Give me a C! C! Give me an H! H! What does that spell? Such! What does that spell? Such! What does that spell? Not long ago, I was just a kid, doing all the things that all the kids did. Black market Levi's that fit so tight, cruising down to Minsk on a Saturday night. But then a bunch of ragheads wouldn't toe the line, told our boys to shove it where the sun don't shine. And now I got bullets flying around my head, 'cause they'd rather be dead than red. And it's 1, 2, 3, I ain't gonna fight this war. That's why I dropped my gun and ran far away from Afghanistan. And it's 5, 6, 7, praise Allah and pack my bag. Yeah, someone else can occupy, not me, I don't want to die. Now Hungary's back was easy to break, and Czechoslovakia was a piece of cake. Syria's got Lebanon tied in a knot, and in Poland we've hardly had to fire a shot. But these Muslim dudes make life pretty grim. Lenin and Marx don't mean nothing to them, and if we don't wise up and get gone, it's gonna be a Soviet Nam. And it's 1, 2, 3, I ain't gonna fight this war. That's why I dropped my gun and ran far away from Afghanistan. And it's 5, 6, 7, praise Allah and pack my bag. You know someone else can occupy, not me, I don't want to die. Well, the Sarge says, boys, you must stay calm. We can settle this thing with a little napalm. Just a few more tanks and a dash of yellow rain, and we'll all be headed home back to the Ukraine. A dirty little job, but someone's got to do it. So come on, boys, there's really nothing to it. Let's go out and kick some ass, but first let's smoke some hash. And it's 1, 2, 3, I ain't gonna fight this war. That's why I dropped my gun and ran far away from Afghanistan. And it's 5, 6, 7, praise Allah and pack my bag. You know someone else can occupy, not me, I don't want to die. Clap your hands, I say 1, 2, 3, I ain't gonna fight this war. That's why I dropped my gun and ran far away from Afghanistan. And it's 5, 6, 7, praise Allah and pack my bag. You know that someone else can occupy, not me, I don't wanna, no I don't wanna, not me, I don't wanna die. Здравствуйте. Girls to me, they're all pushy and they're scary and they're barely out of puberty. I tell you one thing, baby, right from the start, no matter what they do, they can't win my heart, 'cause they ain't you, baby. Whoa, no, they ain't you. These squirrely adolescents are full of effervescence, I swear. They're all out to molest us and they're all wearing asbestos underwear. They got a sexual agenda, make a grown man faint. If you're into being subtle, that is something they ain't. And they ain't you, baby. Whoa, no, they ain't you. Political discussions about the Polish or the Russians apt to bore them to distraction. But talk about your visions of new erotic positions, and that's what they call a social interaction. Last night I met a lady with long and flowing hair. She had bedroom eyes and legs right up to there. She said it would be nice if this thing could go further. I said I'd rather have you think of me as your brother, 'cause she ain't you, baby. Whoa, no, she ain't you, baby. Whoa, no, and if you think I am kidding, just try parading 500 semi-clad harem girls straight from the Sudan right before my eyes, and you will see that I will not move. Then give me 100 or 200 prom queens from all over the East Coast of the United States. There's Alaska and Hawaii too. Each one voted most popular, most attractive, most likely to succeed, and you will see that I am solid. Then I want a whole ballroom full of Washington, D.C. debutantes, each one with a net worth of no less than $6 million. That stocks, municipal bonds, and dowries included, and you will see that I will not budge. Then I go out to my car, I see a whole parking lot full of chauffeured limousines. In the backseat, each one of those limousines, one of those skinny ladies from Vogue or Harper's Bazaar magazine sitting there smoking on a 2-foot-long cigarette holder saying, "Baby, would you like to come home with me tonight?" Hell, I simply get in my car and drive away. Then I go to my house, I turn the key, I open the door, I see the whole collected Playboy Bunny volleyball teams from Club Med all the way to the West Coast laying sprawled all over my living room rug. They ain't wearing nothing but their 5 baby Capri pins, and every one of them's holding up a bottle of booze in the air, and they're screaming, "Let's have a party." Hell, I give them all milk and cookies and send them home. And why? 'Cause they ain't you, baby. Pretty born in this here city, confusion on the left and chaos on the right. Say my prayers and bow my head, sneak a peek beneath the bed, afraid to turn my lights out at night. Front page Sunday Times, record-breaking waves of crime, a granny mugs a helpless businessman. Well, it's getting very clear to me, I've had it up to here, you see. I've taken more abuse than I can stand. Completely disillusioned by corruption and pollution, I have taken more abuse than I can stand. Yes, I'm gonna move out to the country. I got to feel the dirt in my hands, fulfill my cosmic destiny, go back to 1893. I'm going to learn to live off the land. I got a girlfriend Mary, her mind is planetary. She is 17 and I am 38. She says we're gonna have it made, except when Mercury's retrograde, and then we'll find it hard to relate. Yeah, at 5 a.m. she'll gather eggs, combat boots and hairy legs. We're gonna have a baby every year. I'll go and see my chiropractor, try to learn to drive a tractor, eat brown rice and wash it down with beer. Disguising both our genders, except I'll wear the suspenders, eat brown rice and wash it down with beer. Yeah, we're going out to the country now. Because of all that's lacking, I'm leaving pandemonium and industry behind. I'll take along the knowledge that I acquired in college, maintaining perfect balance twixt the body and the mind. Into this wholesome life I'll go, just like my buddy Hank Thoreau. I'm gonna build a Walden with my hands. But wait a minute, there's a catch. The neighbors make me want to retch. They lack my sensitivity and all my understanding. Their ignorance will irritate, but I will learn to tolerate a bunch of hicks who got no understanding. Yes, I'm gonna move out to the country. Yes, I got to feel the dirt in my hands. Fulfill my cosmic destiny, go back to 1893. Going to learn to live off the land. Oh, people, you know, it ain't that this city's bad or anything like that. It's just that all these people keep violating my space. Yeah, I'm gonna move out to the country and get into one of those little sensitivity training groups, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take along all my Leo Viscalia books and records. Gotta get into the I Ching, baby. Let LL Bean be my personal tailor. Yeah, I'm gonna learn massage therapy, tarot cards, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I'll go all the way. Get myself a colonic irrigation. Yeah. That's the kind of thing you gotta know if you're going to learn to live off the land. on into your place, give your beau a warm embrace, then spit right into his face and promenade. Yeah, swing the boy with the festered skin, break that pimple on his chin, stab his hand with a safety pin and form a star. Swing your partner, there she goes, slam your head into her nose, grab her hair and don't let go, smash her face and do-si-do. Allemande left with your right hand, counter punch with the right and left grand, throw your girl into the band and circle left. And now you know just what to do, sink your teeth in her tattoo, then ask her if she wants to screw forward and back. List your heroes on one hand, Adolf Hitler and the Ku Klux Klan, pull down your pants, show you're a man, and promenade. Drag your knuckles on the floor, beat your head against the door, throw up your beer and yell for more. What the hell is dancing for? Young Elroy Smart awoke with a start. His digital alarm set at 5. He started his day in the usual way. He says there's a rat race out there to survive. You're getting too fat, I'll vouch for that, said the scale and the mirror in rhyme. But he brushed his face and combed his teeth, ignored them for the very last time. For whenever he rose, he was near comatose as he groped for the shower massage. And then he blew dry his hair and he flew down the stairs to the Mercedes parked in the garage. In a dazed condition, he turned the ignition to set out in search of caffeine. But when he pushed the button, the garage door did nothing. It was a totally worthless machine. Fuming and a bitchin', he headed straight back to the kitchen. He thought he had seen the worst. On the snowblower he tripped as the lawnmower ripped a hole in his pants and he cursed. He said, "Nah, I mustn't panic. I'll call a mechanic and make my own breakfast and wait." But every appliance had formed an alliance. They had already decided his fate. Toaster was mean, put up a smoke screen. Mr. Coffee just spit in his eye. The TV had stared with a cold blue-white glare as the electrical pan would not fry. Dishwasher steaming, the blender was screaming, refrigerator freezing nearly froze him. Microwave radiation, attempted cremation, as the vacuum cleaner even tried to hose him. And then Elroy realized the appliance he despised, and he turned to face the villain before him.
It struck fear into his heart. It was the evil Cuisinart. 100 blades at 10,000 RPM, yes, but Elroy loved his life, so he grabbed a butter knife, and like Peter Pan and Captain Hook, they clashed. Elroy parried and plied, the villain diced and pureed as stainless steel and sterling silver flashed. Yes, his skills were pressed right to the brink, edging closer to the sink, ever closer to the disposal's grinding wheels. And then the villain whined a quick touche, and Elroy was simply whisked away with the eggshells, coffee grounds, and lemon peels. Now the kitchen stands in silence, without a trace of violence, and no one to this day will understand where on earth poor Elroy went and how that butter knife got bent. Machines and humanity to man. Yes, where did Elroy go? No one will ever know. Machines and humanity to man. Yeah, no one could foresee poor Elroy's destiny. Machines and humanity to man. Yeah. Oh, you must be on your guard for the evil Cuisinart. Well, I had a crazy dream just the other night, a dream just as bizarre as could be. The president, he come up on the TV screen. He said, now everybody listen to me. I'm fed up to my ears with the commies and the queers. Bambi lovers beat down my door. I've heard it all before and I ain't taking any more. This time I declare a state of war and I say, Nuke the whales, nuke the whales. Nuke the whales, 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 nuke the whales. The undesirable elements polluting our environment. Yeah. You know, reactors we constructed just for energy for you, and you whine about the nuclear waste. And when we burn the coal for electricity, you bitch about the soot on your face. Your life is automatic, but still you get dramatic, cause the salmon can't get over the dam. Be it hydro or atomic, it's purely economics. We supply and you demand, and demand, and demand, and demand. So we drilled a little well and it blew its little top, and there's a little oil on the ocean. We're saving you money every time you take a swim. No need to purchase sun-tanning lotion. But every time you take a drink, you go and raise a stink about a little acid rain in the glass. And your boring little spiels about the little baby seals. Man, you're a classic pain in the ass. And that's why I say, nuke the whales, 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 nuke the whales. The undesirable elements polluting our environment. We got a 4-point plan and it goes like this.
What you gonna do?
First we cut down all the trees so the birdies cannot hide, since they're a major source of pollution. Put an end to all that chirping and pooping in the lakes, and that's only a partial solution. You know the fish are gonna swim, but we gotta do them in. They insist on having sex in the water, and all those critters should be banned from walking on the land. But before we do, I really think we oughta just nuke the whales, 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 nuke the whales. All right, nuke the whales, nuke the whales. The undesirable elements polluting our environment. Yeah. Well, I woke up in a sweat but got a hold of myself. I realized the dream was just nonsense. But just to make sure, I turned on the TV set to watch the presidential news conference. He said folks are getting angered cause species are endangered, but we love every bear and every bunny. You mustn't be alarmed, we don't mean nobody harm unless they interfere with making money. And then we're nuke the whales, nuke the whales, nuke the whales, nuke the whales. All right, nuke the whales, nuke the whales. ugly, people. Oh, yeah. I tell you, they're so ugly, they got barnacle face. It's the ugliest thing I ever saw. Yeah, I tell you, they eat plankton. That is disgusting. Yeah, and you know what else? They even pee in the water. How could they do a thing like that? I've seen them try to tip over Billy's platform. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, yeah. Yes, I said this is a disgusting bad animal. That's so bad. Yeah, we got to get down on them. Yeah, they're so bad. Whoa, they eat like, oh, it's just awful. Gotta nuke the whale, people. Got to get down